Hi, I'm Debra Silverman. I'm a psychotherapist and astrologer of over 40 years, and I have watched so many people and studied so many people and been so interested in human nature. And I have come to realize there's these words that are operative now that our grandparents didn't know. One of them is anxiety. That is a newfound word. The other, which is a little more prevalent then, but they didn't have the word, is depression. And these two words have become so familiar to so many of us. It's become important for me as an astrologer and certainly as a psychotherapist and a teacher to understand those two energies inside myself. I don't think there's a human being alive right now that doesn't suffer from one or the other. Anxiety is the feeling of being nervous, having your internal world shaky, not really understanding where the symptom is coming from, not being able to pinpoint why all of a sudden you're feeling that internal electrical uncomfortable feeling. And depression, completely different feeling, is lethargy. It's the feeling of not wanting to be in motion, not wanting to be alive. It can go that far. So there's two different energies, but they are so both running amok in our world, and it's not anything to resist, it's something to understand. This is where astrology comes in, and I want to first distinguish. If there's anxiety, I'm going to talk through these series of videos on how each sign can deal with it. Depression is different. Depression can be chemically treated, it can be chemically imbalanced, it can be through your family line, or it can be just the depressing of life force and not being able to get up and out back to your life force in full bloom. That's why I love astrology, because we give people back to themselves. Over the next 12 weeks, I'm going to be releasing videos on anxiety, going through each of the 12 signs. So we're going to start with Aries right at the top, and you're going to see how the distinction operates in each sign, because anxiety is a universal flavor. And one of the issues is we're living in such a high voltage through the computers, through the unbelievable airwaves, through the amount of toxicity that goes on in our emotional body, that level of high pitch that some of us can even hear is because anxiety is prevalent. The good news is once you can distinguish between anxiety and peace, you get to learn how to go home. And every sign has a doorway to get back home. So we're going to go through all 12, and I'm looking so forward to sharing with you how to treat, how to deal. Not that we're going to solve it. I don't want to pretend for 1 minute that astrology is the answer to anxiety or depression. It's just the awareness that allows us to be compassionate and to see it through the eyes of each individual personality type. It really allows us to be the one that heals and blesses and lets the pain body not be made wrong, but be received and held.